Hello Dub Nation, it's always a thrill to connect with you, especially as we're about to reveal the latest news that could shape the fate of our beloved Golden State Warriors. But before we dive into this whirlwind of information, let me make a friendly request. Show us some love by clicking the like button to strengthen our bond, and hey, if you are not subscribed yet, join our channel for a thrilling and emotional journey. Don't forget to turn on notifications to stay ahead of the game. Warriors should keep the Big Three led by Stephen Curry in free agency. The Warriors aren't giving up. The golden days of the Golden State Warriors, led by Stephen Curry, might seem like they're fading, but the team isn't ready to call it quits just yet. Missing the 2024 playoffs after falling short in the play-in tournament has left many questioning the future of this veteran squad. With Klay Thompson set to enter free agency, 2024 could indeed mark the end of an era for the Warriors dynasty. However, the Warriors appear determined to extend their glory days as long as possible, even as their core players near the end of their Hall of Fame careers. Some league insiders believe Golden State will ultimately stick with the core of Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and Thompson until at least the 2026-27 season. Golden State might keep the trio together until 2026-27, wrote Eric Pincus of Bleacher Report. By then, Curry will be 38, Green 36, and Thompson 36, likely leading to their simultaneous retirements. Yet, nothing is guaranteed in the NBA. Klay Thompson seems to be eyeing one last substantial payday. Despite his decline, his elite shooting will always be in demand. Pincus suggests the Philadelphia 76ers could be a potential suitor for Thompson, though they might prefer Paul George for his superior defense at this stage. Watching Thompson struggle through the 2023-24 season was frustrating, yet he remains a vital part of the Warriors' identity. Seeing him in another jersey feels wrong, but anything can happen in the NBA, especially given the roster challenges the Warriors face. Warriors stuck in the middle? The 2022 season was a perfect storm for the Warriors. Stephen Curry was at his peak, supported by a cast of two-way players and shooters, leading them to another championship. The plan seemed set for the Warriors to compete even in a post-Curry era, with Jordan Poole poised to take over as the lead guard. However, balancing two timelines proved nearly impossible. The Warriors alienated Poole shortly after their championship win, acknowledged James Wiseman's 2020 draft pick as a mistake, and saw Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody fail to fill the void left by Thompson's decline. Meanwhile, Andrew Wiggins' performance has regressed over the last two seasons, far from his peak during the 2022 title run. With Curry still performing at an All-NBA level, the Warriors remain competitive, but it's uncertain if any moves could elevate them to championship contenders in Curry's twilight years. Thompson and Green struggled last season. One of the main reasons the Warriors missed the playoffs in 2023-24 was the subpar performances of Klay Thompson and Draymond Green. Thompson's decline, especially, was hard to watch. Always a shooter first, his diminished athleticism made him more inconsistent than ever. This decline led the Warriors to bench Thompson, a tough but necessary decision given his off nights. Though he finished the season strong, Thompson's play-in-game performance was his career worst, scoreless in 10 attempts over 32 minutes. Draymond Green, on the other hand, maintained his basketball form with averages of 9.76, anchoring the Warriors' defense and shooting a career-high 39.5% from three. Yet, his antics caused major distractions, hurting the team. His inability to control his emotions led to questionable on-court actions, resulting in suspensions that cost the Warriors dearly. They had a 13-14 record without Green, compared to 33-22 with him, a significant drop in win percentage. For the Warriors to compete next season, they'll need these Hall of Famers to turn back the clock, assuming they can re-sign Klay Thompson in free agency. Stephen Curry and Nikola Jokic are not generational talents, claims Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert Arenas, known for his controversial takes, has once again stirred the pot with a bold claim that even the wildest online trolls might find shocking. In a recent episode of his podcast, Arenas dismissed the notion that Stephen Curry of the Golden State Warriors and Nikola Jokic of the Denver Nuggets are generational talents. The three-time All-Star made these statements on Gil's Arena, saying, "Steph Curry is not a generational talent. Generational means you can't replicate them. You can't replicate LeBron James. You can't replicate Victor Wembanyama. Nikola Jokic is not a generational talent." Arenas emphasized his point by comparing Curry and Jokic to other NBA legends. "Steph isn't a generational talent," he insisted. Victor Wembanyama, is a generational player. That's a generational talent." While Wembanyama shows promise as a standout of his generation, dismissing Curry's status seems unfounded. Curry is universally recognized as the greatest shooter in NBA history. His influence is evident when kids across the globe shout his name while taking three-point shots. Arenas elaborated, generational means you can't imitate them. Can you imitate Magic Johnson? A 6 feet 9 inches point guard with vision? No. You can't imitate Shaquille O'Neal's physique, you can't imitate LeBron James. You can't imitate Wemby. Those are generational. They come around once in a generation. Arenas appears to prioritize physical attributes over statistical prowess when defining generational talent. Physical attributes, he explained. Someone like Giannis Antetokounmpo is bordering on generational. Jokic is not a generational talent, he's just a great basketball player. Curry was a great basketball player. Generational is something that happens once every 20 years. However, this definition seems narrow. It's arguably more impressive for players like Curry and Jokic to dominate without having the physical traits typically associated with generational talents. Are Arena's claims valid? Curry and Jokic are undeniably the best players to have ever donned the Warriors and Nuggets jerseys, respectively. When a player is the best at something, they inherently become generational. Curry's shooting has revolutionized the game. The Splash Brothers era, formed with Klay Thompson, has shifted the NBA towards a three-point heavy style to keep up with Golden State. Jokic, on the other hand, is redefining the center position. The Serbian international has averaged at least 7.9 assists per game over the past 4 seasons, an unprecedented feat for a center. Renowned broadcaster Mike Breen has even called Jokic the best passer he's ever seen. I'm not a big fan of lists and rankings and who's the best of all time, Breen said. But in my years of broadcasting, night after night, the difficulty of his passing, his court vision for a 7-footer, I don't think I've seen better. Bill Walton was spectacular, no doubt, and others you mentioned as well. But I think Jokic is at a different level, just in terms of vision, timing, and accuracy. You could make an unbelievable highlight tape just with Jokic's passes, and you'd be astounded. He just has an incredible touch. Furthermore, Curry and Jokic being the best players in the history of their franchises underscores their generational impact. When players excel in specific skills and also stand out as the best overall players for their teams, it's hard to deny their generational status. Latest mock draft projects Warriors to make a big splash in the second round. As the 2024 NBA draft approaches, basketball enthusiasts are filled with excitement and anticipation. Despite holding the 52nd pick, the Golden State Warriors have a chance to uncover unexpected talent in the second round. Last year, the Warriors struck gold with Tracy Jackson-Davis, demonstrating that the second round can still yield significant talent. The latest ESPN mock draft, released on Friday, suggests another intriguing prospect for Golden State. According to ESPN's 2024 NBA mock draft, the Golden State Warriors are projected to select Bronny James. This pick could potentially be a strategic move to entice LeBron James during the offseason. Bronny James, son of the legendary LeBron James, had a challenging season at USC, averaging just 4.8 points per game and shooting 26% from beyond the arc. Despite these numbers, his performance at the Combine showed flashes of a polished game that was not evident during his college season. This contrast raises the intriguing question of his potential to become a legitimate NBA player. Warriors fans might wonder about the significance of selecting a young guard in the second round. Rumors and speculation suggest that LeBron James has frequently expressed a desire to play alongside his son in the NBA. With LeBron having the option to become a free agent this offseason, he could be looking to leave Los Angeles. While it's uncertain if LeBron would join the team that drafts his son, the possibility is tantalizing. If the Warriors see potential in Bronny, why not take a late-round gamble if it also opens the door to acquiring LeBron James? LeBron has always hinted at wanting to play with Stephen Curry, and the Warriors reportedly made a discreet attempt to acquire him at the trade deadline, according to ESPN. Even at 39, LeBron was playing at an All-NBA level last season. Given the Warriors' struggles to make a postseason push, this scenario becomes even more intriguing. Although the salary cap makes this scenario a long shot, it adds a spark of excitement to what could be an otherwise lackluster draft for the Golden State Warriors.